Let's move on to talk about accent lighting. It's going to add drama to the room and create visual interest. Accent lighting can emphasize special things like artwork, sculptures, water, architectural details, textures, if you have a textured wall, for example, or maybe plants. And so we have an example here of an LED used to accent some specific features in the room. For example, this statue, all right, is highlighted with an accent light. And we've got some grazing lights here that are focusing on these textured wall panels and on these artwork down here. While we're on the subject, grazing is a particular technique that emphasizes the texture of a surface, and you do it by placing your light sources close to the wall. All right. And if you do it right, it looks like the picture. If you do it correctly, it looks like the picture on the left. All right. If you miss, it looks like the picture on the right with the multiple hot spots and the scallops. All right. So there's a right and a wrong way to do this. One thing accent lighting can really do for you as a designer is to create contrasts in illumination levels in your room. All right, so some areas dark and some areas very bright. This will enhance whatever item you're trying to accent and distinguish it from the surrounding areas. So we have two examples here. On the left is a room that is all about the same illumination level. And so we're missing some of the important details because you really can't tell them apart. On the right, we have looks like a clothing retailer, and they've used accent lighting to highlight some of the products and really call attention to them. So here's your first piece of math for the semester. All right, get out your calculators, get out your slide rules. No, not really. All right. To be effective, any accent lighting needs more light than the general or ambient light. I mean, that makes sense, right? We need to have a bright spotlight on something that we want to pay attention to and not just the same amount of light as the rest of the general or ambient room. All right. 3 times is a rule of thumb. That's the minimum. 5 times the light level is better, and 10 times the light level is going to be a dramatic effect. And finally, if you, here's another rule of thumb, if you've got a vertical item, something on a wall, a piece of art on a wall, um, it's preferred that the angle of the light hits it just about 30 degrees. So this will help you, this little bit of geometry here will help you space your accent lighting away from the wall to get that correct angle. Let's take a look at a, couple of examples. Here are some accent lights in a kitchen and a bathroom. And here's another example. Find the accent lights in here. Our last layer of lighting is the decorative layer. It's designed to be a focal point in space, not just to highlight something else, but to actually be an ornamental element in itself. So a decorative luminaire is going to be a specialty architectural lighting solution. Decorative luminaires are used to add sparkle, and they treat light as art. Remember, you can tell the difference between a decorative luminaire and an accent luminaire because you are meant to look at the actual light fixture itself. All right, so now you know about the 4 different layers of lighting. They are ambient, task, accent, and decorative. What I'd like you to do for the next several days as you go about your house or your work or wherever you are is take a look and see if you can identify each light fixture. Is it an ambient fixture? Is it providing task lighting? Can you find a decorative fixture? Let's see if you can put this new knowledge to use in your day-to-day life. Thanks, everybody.